Workers with a previous monthly salary averaging $5,000 or less will be eligible for financial aid if they are involuntarily unemployed. The SkillsFuture Jobseeker Support scheme is expected to help about 60,000 workers each year after it kicks off next April. The government will set aside $200 million annually for this program. Richa Mathew has more on how the scheme works.
In April this year, this former digital marketer who wishes to be known as Miss Che was retrenched.
I think the challenge is what's next, what sort of a role or job would I want to find next? Yeah, because nowadays government have been asking a lot of people to go into digital marketing, which is my field, but at the same time it's kind of saturated. Yeah, so it's a bit hard to find when all the applications for all the jobs has 100 or 200 applicants.
The aim of the SkillsFuture Jobseeker Support scheme is to help workers like Ms. Shea during such uncertain times and alleviate the financial burden of low and middle income workers.
Our starting point is to support displaced job seekers to rebound into jobs that can fit their skill sets and their experiences, instead of just rushing head-on into the next available job. But at the same time, we also do not want our displaced job seekers to delay unnecessarily their return into the workforce, because this would diminish their employability.
The scheme is set to benefit those who have lost their jobs involuntarily. This could include retrenchment or even termination due to injury or illness. To apply for this scheme, workers need to have a previous pay of $5,000 or less monthly. They also need to have worked 6 months in the past year prior to application. Eligible workers can tap up to a total of $6,000 for a maximum period of 6 months. Applicants can file for the scheme immediately after losing their job. Payouts will only kick in a month after the last day of employment. The payouts will be tiered and will depend on the worker's previous salary. For example, a person who earned $5,000 monthly will receive an initial boost of $1,500. After that, the payouts will taper to $1,250 in the second month, $1,000 in the third month, and finally $750 for the remaining months. To encourage people to re-enter the workforce as quickly as possible, the scheme will not apply to those who are involuntarily unemployed for more than 6 months. For those who lost their jobs since April this year and have remained unemployed since, the government is looking to give a one-time concession next year. Speaking at the launch of the program, the Labour chief urged Singaporeans to seize the opportunity to upskill and stay relevant in a fast-changing world.
What you could have earned in the past in terms of skill, in terms of head knowledge, today can be displaced by AI. So technology is not just displacing blue-collar workers from skills, where robotic automation can displace skill sets, but now even intellectuals. We are on the cusp of artificial intelligence either replacing us or, if we do it right, augmenting our possibilities.
The scheme requires applicants to actively search for jobs and upskill themselves. Details on the upskilling requirements will be out sometime next April. The government says it will review and monitor the Job Seeker Support scheme.
Let's take a closer look at how the SkillsFuture Jobseeker Support scheme was formulated. The Manpower Ministry first looked at how other countries handled unemployment, and these included nations using unemployment insurance. But MOM chose against using this approach because they believed it could encourage long-term unemployment. There's also the risk of employers offsetting insurance costs by cutting wages or retrenchment benefits. Now, instead, the scheme was established as a fully government-funded program designed to help people who are actively looking for employment. It also complements existing government support measures, including career coaching and upskilling programs like career conversion programs.
If you look at the policy intent, it's not income replacement. It's not to, cover a certain amount of your lost salary, but it's just there to help you out and to allow you the breathing room somewhat to bounce back. Maybe the one in New Zealand, which is also called Jobseeker Support, or the Jobseeker Scheme rather, is a close approximation.
New Zealand's unemployment benefits were revamped and formalised into its Job Seeker Support Programme in 2013. According to the country's Ministry of Social Development, more than 130,000 working-age people received Job Seeker Support then. Now, the number of recipients remained relatively consistent over the next 5 years until the pandemic in 2020, when it surged to more than 190,000 recipients. As of June this year, more than 196,000 people in New Zealand are on job seeker support.